Gang, gang, gang. Yo, gang, gang, gang. Yo, gang. What's up? It's Trollbot Studios. And this is coming a bit late, so I'm gonna have to take an intermission between the History of Kamen Rider episode 4 and 5. So I'm gonna be doing the 3rd anniversary special for Trollbot Studios. Yay! It's been 3 years already. All I can say is, this year flew. Like, I'm still stuck on the fact that it's July already. Like, it's July 23rd. That's crazy. Well, it's probably a later date by the time this posts. So, since I have a bit to cover, let's just get into the 3rd anniversary recap. So, what did I do between July 2024 and July 2025? Well, immediately after posting my 2nd anniversary recap, I posted a video about anime openings. So I left some details out, especially concerning the 90s on. So, y'all can probably come at me. I'm gonna probably do an update on that video. So, after that, I did a video talking about an experience I had during my freshman year. After which, I debuted a new opening and ending. The opening music is the 1987 startup sound for the Master System, or at least the first part of it. I don't think the original 1985 Mark III had a startup sound, so which video did this debut in? Well, the Shogun Goes Back to Cali, where I talk about how I was going back to Cali. I still really like that joke. And I decided to post a random particle accelerator test because I decided to hop on the trend in 2-1. And I posted my first collaboration with YouTuber Fudgetastic. And to round out 2024, I did an epic saga of Voltron, where I talked about the history of Voltron itself, which talked about the original 1984 series and the Japanese shows used in its creation, which made up the original tetralogy. Second was my prequel duology about the Robot Romance Saga, which talked about Raideen and the Robot Romance Trilogy, which led up to Daltanius, since some sources credit Daltanius as the 4th entry in the Robot Romance series. Finally, I ended things off on a sequel trilogy, talking about everything Voltron past the original 1984 series and Fleet of Doom. Coincidentally enough, the final part of that trilogy debuted on December 31st. Before I go further, I'm going to talk about what else I did while the Voltron saga was still going on. I decided to reawaken my History of Dragon Ball series, which is probably the most famous thing I've ever done, with an 18th entry, talking about the production of Dragon Ball Daima and the Super movies. I think after watching Daima, I'm gonna make a part 19. I only reawakened that series due to Toriyama's death. After that, I did a Halloween special where I did a dramatic reading of the creepypasta I Saved the World. That could have done better. Yeah. Now, entering 2025, I decided to do something different. I decided to get new stock footage for my intros. You know, the stock footage you see after the opening, but before the actual video itself. As I stated before, it was inspired by a school project I saw. And I debuted it in How Masterpieces Get Made, a 9-minute explanation of how I do my videos. And after that, I decided to start doing anime reviews, starting with Zambot 3 and Armor Trooper Bottoms. You guys probably noticed that most of my reviews are focused on mecha anime. And fun fact, besides Bottoms, all of these shows I reviewed, I could actually find on YouTube. However, for Bottoms, I actually had to buy the Blu-ray. After doing Bottoms and taking a long break because I had stuff to do, I had a lot of stuff to do, I decided to do a remastered version of The Menace of 2023, which hopefully would not be the only Hall of Menaces video I do in 2025. So, after that, I decided to start playing Geometry Dash. That, as you see, did not end well. So, deciding not to waste my time on that, I decided to keep on trucking with anime reviews. And I started to post some beats. Or specifically, Your Mom. If you're questioning the name, I made this beat while in 6th grade. I think it was right at the beginning of lockdown. That's when I made the beats. Maybe then I made the Trollbot song, which is a song for Denise cover. I made this after hearing the original song and really liking it. I decided to make a cover. Though I feel like I may have put in too many instruments, especially at the end. This beat I know I made in mid-2021. So after more anime reviews, I posted another beat, which was basically me freestyling on a piano, called Can Everything Be Right? After reviewing Go Lion, I decided to do The History of Kamen Rider, which is at episode 4 at the time of recording. And between episodes 3 and 4, I decided to finish reviewing God Mars. Because, as you can tell, it took a while. And so, that's where things are today. With The History of Kamen Rider episode 5, hasn't even begun production. Like, I'm still working on the slides, so you're probably gonna see that in a couple of days, hopefully. And also, I need more subs, because currently I have less subs than videos. That should not happen. So, I would really appreciate if you could just bump that sub counter up to like 150. Obviously, I'm gonna do The History of Kamen Rider episode 5, where I cover Kamen Rider Z-Cross. So, until then, like, subscribe, and comment down below. And in the meantime, later, fools.